Assalamualaikum and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to week 11. Now, this week we are going to talk about your second assessment, which is going to be a really fun, really laid back one. And that's primarily because you are going to be dealing with a social networking app or social networking site that I believe many are very much in love with based on the discussion that you had for your first assessment. Okay, now Instagram is not an unfamiliar social networking app to many of us, used by many as a medium to exhibit your talent in photography. Instagram also allows you to tell a story behind the images with the captions that you write. Now, picture and caption. These are the two elements that we are going to be focusing on for assessment 2. While the image artistic quality is not the priority here, it is very important for you to remember that when you select a picture, the picture must go along with the content of the caption. Now the point is, let's say that you write in the caption uh, something very inspiring. Okay, for example, good friends are really hard to find these days. But suddenly the picture that you upload is the picture of your foot. Now, if you do that, there is probably something really wrong with you if you do that. Okay. Now let's go back to the specifics of the assessment. Assessment 2A or Assessment 2 carries 15% altogether, but it is divided into two parts. Now, Assessment 2A, which is an individual assessment, carries 5%, while Assessment 2B, the group assessment, carries 10%. Combining both parts gets you 15% altogether. Now, before I explain Assessment 2A, let us start with Assessment 2B first. Now, for this group assessment, you are going to put yourselves in a group of 5 members maximum in one group. Now, your group will then need to create a temporary Instagram account, a new one preferably, not the existing or personal account that you already have, and that is to avoid any security issue that might arise later. Now, make sure that the account is public and give a name to your account. Okay, give a name to your account. While the name can be anything, and I mean anything at all, make sure that the name is followed by the group number. Now, this is to help me identify which group belongs to which class for assessing purposes at the end of the day. For example, if you want to give your name Jungkook to your group, now make sure after Jungkook there's an indication of which group you belong to. Okay, now within a period of 2 weeks, dua minggu, you are to upload a series of pictures together with captions in this account. Now, 5 posts to be exact. Now, in each post, you must remember to upload two pictures of locations around Malaysia. Now, what locations you might ask? To make it interesting or to make it different, um, find locations that are not widely known to Malaysians, yang tidak berapa dikenali, so that when you post the images and descriptions of these locations, at the same time it will act as a promotional post to all of us. Right now, in the caption, describe these locations, talk about the similarities, talk about the differences. Now, when doing this, remember to apply the skills of comparative and superlative adjectives that we have just covered recently. Okay, and also as a reminder, when putting the two images of locations, make sure they are comparable. Comparable here means they come from the same category. Now, if you are putting the image of KLCC, for example, in one picture, it's a picture of KLCC. Do not put the image of some random waterfall in Malaysia in the next picture, because you cannot compare KLCC to a waterfall. All right. Now, building must go along with another building, airports with another airport, shopping complex with another shopping complex, and etc. Okay. Now, divide the task equally. If you have 5 members in your group, um, assigning one member to one post would mean that you will have 5 posts at the end of the day. However, remember that this is not an individual work. Okay, while I allow each person to come up with one post, all group members must work together to come up with the best caption that you can. All right. Now, also on the point of writing captions, make sure that it's original. Now, do not copy paste the caption from the internet. This has happened before. Okay, do not, I repeat, do not copy paste the caption from the internet. Even if one post, okay, in your group, even if one post is found to be a plagiarized work, kerja yang ditiru ataupun yang di copy paste from the internet, the whole group's mark will be heavily penalized at the end of the day. So you don't want that to happen. Okay. Now the deadline for this assessment is on week 12. So you have more or less around 2 weeks to complete this assessment. Okay. Now let's proceed to assessment 2A. Right? Assessment 2A. Now this assessment requires you, or it requires your group to follow Prep One's official Instagram account, which is instagram.com/preparatory English 1. Okay. Now, once you have followed this account, you will see a series of posts, a series of pictures, similar with what you guys are doing on your Instagram account. Uh, Different posts of different locations all around the world. Now, read the captions really, really carefully. All right. Remember the details in the captions and try to understand them. Okay. Now, somewhere around week 12 or maybe at the beginning of week 13, which I will further confirm later, you will need to complete a quiz on ELIP that technically tests your comprehension skills on this caption and probably maybe your memorization skill as well. Now, when answering this quiz, you are not allowed to refer to the caption anymore. So make sure you really read the captions in advance. All right. Now, this quiz is individual and it carries 5% for that quiz. All right. So I hope this explanation is clear. If any of you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to post the questions on our Telegram group, and I'll try to answer as many as possible. All right. See you around, and Assalamu alaikum.